So let's get your Xbox Series X set up here. The first thing we're going to do is get familiar with everything that we need. So the Series X should come with, in the box, a controller, the new Series X controller. You should have our ultra high-speed HDMI cable with it. We're going to get into the importance of that in a little bit later. You should also see the power cable as well too, and an Xbox Series X, of course. Now, taking a look around the console here itself, on the front you do have a Blu-ray drive. It's an Ultra HD Blu-ray drive capable of 4K Blu-rays with it. You do have a USB port on the front and a pairing button on the top of that. That pairing button is going to be used for adding new controllers, or just in case the controller disconnects somehow, you're going to want to pair. Now on the back is where all the action is, of course. On the back there you have 2 more USB ports available for storage and such. You also have an Ethernet port, which I'm actually going to use. It does come with wireless built into it, but I like connecting my consoles to Ethernet, so that's how I'm going to use it. You do have the power port right there at the bottom where you plug in the power cable. And now we're getting to 2 of the other ports here that are very, very important, and we want to pay attention to details with these. Now you see one that's called storage card or storage expansion. Now that is actually the way you're going to be able to expand storage and take advantage of the Xbox Velocity architecture. So basically there's 2 storage options effectively with the Xbox. There's the built-in storage there with it, and then you can also use USB storage as well too. Now older Xbox One games and Xbox 360 games, I think effectively can use USB storage. You can play off of those and it'll be just fine. However, for new games that are designed for the Series X, you're going to have to use the internal storage. And if you want expanded storage, because it only comes with 1 terabyte, you're going to want to buy one of the storage cards to be able to use that, because those games are only going to be able to work off that type of storage, that Series X specific games using Xbox Velocity architecture. So that's something you want to keep in mind. And that storage right now currently isn't going to be so cheap, but I believe there'll be a variety of third-party cards that will be able to take advantage of that. That's what you want to keep in mind here with that particular port. Now the other port right below that is the HDMI 2.1 port. Now HDMI 2.1 is a sort of a new standard that's out that's going to take advantage of giving you the highest capabilities that the Xbox can offer. You're going to get the highest frame rates, the highest resolution. However, you need to make sure that not only your TV supports that with HDMI 2.1, but also any receivers or anything else that you're connecting has that all set up so we can take advantage of everything. That's a very new standard right now, and not a lot of TVs, not a lot of receivers have that. It's sort of trickling its way out there. If you don't have that right now, I would not worry about that. Just go ahead and use the regular HDMI. It's going to be backwards compatible. It's going to work just fine there with it. Not a lot of games also take advantage of the highest settings just yet, so don't worry about that right now. You should be good to go, but that's something you want to keep in mind. If you decide to upgrade your TV or receiver in the future, you're going to make sure it has 2.1 to take advantage of your Xbox Series X and all the extra sort of features and quality that you're going to get with that. Now we can plug everything in here. I'm gonna plug in my HDMI cable. I'm gonna plug in my Ethernet cable as well too. I'll plug in a USB drive here as well at the top because I do have some games that are on it, and then plug in my power cable and get all of that connected up, connected to my TV, ready to go. And now I'll move on to the next step of the setup process. All right, we got everything plugged in and powered up. Now time for the next step, which is unique for a console, in that we're going to have to use our phone to get everything going. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to download the Xbox app. If you don't already have it downloaded, it's pretty much available on Android or iOS. Pretty easy to find. So go ahead and set that up, get that installed. Once we have that installed, and we'll walk through the paces here, it'll give you the option to sign in or set up console. We're going to go ahead with the setup console, and then we're going to enter the characters that we see here right here on the TV, and that should connect things up. So let me go ahead and do that. Q, Z, V, Q, H, E, M, G, N. And now we'd have to click on Connect Console. And we'll allow while using the app. There we go, just in case some security questions come up there for you. All right, connected to our console, cool. Now we're gonna hit setup next. We're gonna go ahead and use our default language, will be English, and United States as our location. Looks like there's a 775 megabyte update this is gonna need, so I'm gonna go ahead and click next to download it. It's gonna go ahead and go through the updating process. And then it has a couple of options here for instant on or energy saving. We want instant on, fast as possible. Let's go ahead next. Sign in security, no barriers. Ask for my passkey, or lock it down. That all depends on what you want to do for security in terms of buying things. For right now, we'll leave it on the no barrier option, but I'll probably lock things down a little bit later on. Do we want to enable instant sign-in? Yes. Keep my games and apps up to date? Yes. Turn on remote features? Of course, you want to take advantage of that. Now, we have to get signed in on my Xbox profile, which I'll go ahead and do here. Next couple seconds. You will need a Microsoft account to do this to make sure. All right. Go to Let's Play, and I think we should be set here. And a link to give you some idea of pretty much telling you how they're going to use their data. If you hit tell me more, probably open up a web page to give you more information. Go ahead next on that. Do you want to send optional data? I don't think I want to do that right now. What we share with publishers, it lets you know what they're going to do with your data and all your gameplay and all the other things that they see you do on the console. Give your console a name. We'll call it Scorpio Xbox. Just to be fancy. There we go. Hit next. Who do you want to keep in touch? Offers, publisher info, things like that. But next. Copy your settings. Now, there are settings if we want to copy from our Xbox One, we can copy it over. It was backed up about 20 days ago. But I want to start off fresh here because I'm going to do something different with the network transfer thing. I'm going to do a different separate video on that. That'll be coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. For right now, while we can copy the settings, I'm going to start off fresh here. It looks like it gives you a bunch of suggested friends, things like that we can do. Looks like we link our Steam account as well too to find friends on Facebook and Steam. We'll wait a little bit later to do that. All done, and now we can explore the app while we wait for the console to download all the updates I think that it's doing, which looks like it's on step 3 right now of doing that. And now that we have the app here set up. So we'll get back to that in just a moment, but right now, I'll probably jump real quickly out of this since this update's almost done, but it's gonna restart to do all the things it needs to do. We'll go ahead and jump, we'll sit tight, and we'll get to where we're all updated and ready to go. All right, looks like the console's updated and ready to go. We'll go ahead and hold down the Xbox button at the top on our controller here. Should connect controller. We hit the A button as it says on here. Looks like we got a controller update. We'll go ahead and hit update controller. That should probably do that most likely wirelessly, so that should be pretty simple to kind of do. All right, controller finished updating. Go ahead and next here. See what else we have to do. All right, looks like it's gonna find our best TV settings here. Now I am plugged in through a capture card, so it's gonna be interesting how this sort of works. Hopefully it works like it's supposed to, but let's make sure everything looks great on the TV. All right, looks like we bumped up to 4K. We'll keep the display at 4K, nice. You're almost done. Oh no, let's go, you're all done, okay, take me. Boom, here we are on the main page. Brand new Xbox Series X. Alright, so the UI, which we'll do an overview of soon, we'll go through all this, and it's already got some of my apps already pinned that I've had on my system before. Cuphead, game I've played a lot of, kind of already here. We'll go through a UI walkthrough soon enough too, but one thing I want to hop into is actually check into, if I'm going in the right place, into our settings to make sure, take a quick look. Make sure we have everything set from our network settings, PlayStation TV display options, TV details. This is what I want to pull up right here. So this, in this section here, will kind of tell you what your TV can support and what it can't support. So looks like here, can capture games in HDR, TV doesn't support Dolby Vision, TV doesn't support 4K UHD at 120 Hz, that's HDMI 2.1 I was talking about earlier. Go ahead and back out here. This is we can calibrate our TV, calibrate for HDR gaming. There's different video modes that we can allow in here. Here in the settings, these scans overlay. It's like, all right, we got a lot of good stuff here. Another thing I want to check was the storage, how much we get built in. So 800 gigabytes for 802 gigabytes. So there's 1 terabyte of storage, but effectively we only have about 800 gigs to start off with. And this also gives you sort of tells you the differences between like what you can use in terms of different storages. If you want to use a external storage for the older games, you got to have 120 gigabytes or larger, USB 3.0, which I've gone over before, pretty simple to do. I'll do a separate video on that, but I wanted to kind of check that and take a look at that. We'll do some backup and transferring in another video, but here we are. We will have more on this coming up soon enough because we're going to be doing an Xbox Series S setup walkthrough, which should be uploading later today because I got both of these late. So I'm going to have to do these both today, but they'll be coming a little bit later, probably this evening or so. You'll see the Series S setup. We'll also have some stuff about some network transferring coming down the line, and all sorts of cool stuff coming up about the Xbox Series X and S for you guys to enjoy. Definitely subscribe and hit that notification button if you want to be informed of all the stuff that we have coming up real soon. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.